Hello, twin flames. How are you doing, gorgeous souls? This is Nikita Bhargav. Welcome to my channel, to my subscribers, and those who are checking in for the first time. Most welcome. And I generally don't announce when I'm going on live because I seem to get an indication that I need to say certain things, but I don't really know in advance if this is the time I will actually log on or something. Uh, but you can always check it up because these are timeless messages for whenever, whoever needs it. The intention is that you will find a message or solution, an answer that you are seeking at this time. Today, the message, though originally I thought it is for the divine feminines, I then realized that this is for any and all twin flames who have been doing their inner work, who have who, who have been purging, who have been working with their intuition, who have been developing their spirituality, understanding self love, self empowerment. The awakened twins, it can be divine feminines, it can be divine masculines, it doesn't really matter. The important thing is, since the certain twins are right now going through their triggers, their tower moments, their dark night of the soul, uh, a certain energy is reverberating towards the other twin as well, and they are wondering why certain sense of sadness or something else is resurfacing in them. Some of them are feeling very fatigued and drained because energetically we are really, really supporting our twin through their dark night of the soul. And which in the sense might mean that you might not really be getting too much done in your physical world except for uh, your basic things that you do every day. You are able to get that done, but pretty much on the other stuff you're feeling a kind of exhaustion. Those who are still in the process, they are going through different things, but they can use this information as well. So um, as the title tells you, that everything can be used to your advantage. Everything that is happening is actually for your good, for your highest and best good right now. And it may not feel like that. It may not, in your external world, it may in fact look very contradictory. So how do you do this? Now, for example, you say my twin flame is not communicating with me. Okay, so you if you have been working on yourself, I'm sure you have a lot of tools already. If not, there's EET, there's EFT, there's hypnotherapy, and you will understand by and by why hypnotherapy really works the fastest, the most efficient, because you need to have your awareness working at several levels at the same time, and unless you have mastered that, those of you who have mastered that will find this video of mine useful, and hopefully if you implement it you'll start seeing instant results. So going back to, in case you find that you've done all your inner work and everything and you're still finding that there is a lack of communication from your twin flame, so what you're supposed to do is go inward, go to your ego state's room as we call it, or go into your heart chamber, or go to your safe place, go to your in between life, whatever your terminology for that space is, where you your awareness is in the observer position, where you're not embroiled with your mental drama and emotional drama, and not tied and attached to your 3D or physical reality as much. Go there and ask, by not communicating with me, what aspect of me is my twin flame embodying? What aspect of me is my twin flame embodying? Okay, please show yourself, or it depends on how you. I'm a very visual person, so just like inner children actually turn up in my thing. It's not so much about being aware or hearing them or sensing them. I really see all these things because pretty much I am clairaudient, I'm clairvoyant, I'm clairsentient, I am strangely so clear whatever with the nose. um, so multiple things work with me. So I see them appearing. If you wish, you can have your twin flame seated in front of you and have a conversation if that makes it easier. What part of me, or what aspect of me, what facet of me are you embodying when you are behaving in this manner towards me? And you will realize, oh, I'm not very communicative uh, in such a situation, or with certain people, or I have uh, essentially use communication only on a need to basis. So when you are working with yourself, you know you are honest. You have to be ruthlessly honest. And so when you see that aspect of you don't have to judge yourself or your twin, get defensive with what is showing up. The second stage is to find out where it is coming from, your core, your childhood or your past life, wherever. So that's why hypnotherapy really works really well with this. um, Someone just commented that they just want to get rid of them. Okay, that is resistance. All right, you have to make peace with, if they are your real true twin flame, you cannot get rid of them. You are running away from yourself. Okay, be it whoever is the runner, whoever is the chaser, the essential point over there is both of you are running from facing certain aspects of yourself. The runner usually runs because they are in deep fear, and the chaser gets fed up of the pain, the emotional pain, the waiting. So it is showing you, again I'm saying, everything that is happening right now is showing you something you need to release or work with yourself or become stronger in. So be it your patience, and you're like, but I'm being patient. Patience with confidence, patience with a sense of knowing, of an assuredness. That means you have to go down and check your level of faith on God, on your connection, on yourself. Your first relationship is always with God. The second is with yourself, and the third is with your twin flame, and then comes anything else, any other relationship. Until you are not willing to accept that, until you keep thinking, I want to get away from this pain instead of facing it, staying with it, you will not be able to move past it. The only way to get over something is to go through it, not escaping from it. You're still in escapism, so will your twin be in escapism. If you stand up for yourself, your twin will stand up for themselves. If you say no to BS, they they will also, yes, meditation every day, every twin, no matter how ascended they are, how sorted they are, meditation is a must. uh, from 3 minutes to 20 minutes, to as long as you feel the desire, the need. Only do not use it as an escaping mechanism. It is not something, it's not a place to seek haven and to hide. It is, when we pray, we are sending the text to God, and through meditation is how we receive our answers, and they might not be instant. It's a moment of just allowing your thoughts to come and go and not getting entangled. That's what it actually teaches you, right? How not to get embroiled in every thought. The healing that we are doing is at the mental level, emotional level. Our souls are pretty much sorted. Okay, but to come into alignment with our soul is very hard for us because we are embroiled in our brain, in our heart so much. Then working with our subconscious, which is very hard to access, where all our hidden fears, our insecurities, our ego dramas, everything comes and stems from there. The root is there. We can keep chopping off the bad fruit, right? But we are only treating the symptoms and not treating the real disease, the dis-ease in your life, which is somewhere embedded deeply and is working on autopilot, which is in your subconscious. Okay, and then only then can we start changing things in our physical reality, in our physical world. So if you find that your twin flame is extremely rude, you have to check within yourself, where am I being that? Okay, there are a lot of people who believe that twin flames maybe not meant for a reunion, or maybe we are here to be friends and all. That might be their reality. I will tell you what I have been shown, and not now, since I was a very young person. Those who have been following me know that I have uh, I had even written a poem when I was in class 7, when I had no idea about romantic relationships, or uh, which completely described the emotion that we hold towards our twin. And perhaps I will read it out in one of my next when I go live. Uh, and the awareness that has always been there is the reason we have come and we are meeting our twin flames in this current lifetime, is because we have to get over certain aspects, certain belief systems, certain paradigms. Again, now when we talk of paradigms, a lot of the twin flame coaches that most people listen to are from the West. The shift that is required there is different from the shift that is required in the East. uh, it's not just the marriage of twin flames happening right now, be it at the spiritual level or later in the physical world, but also of the East and West. The West is teaching us how to take care of our individual self. They are teaching us about self love, whereas the East was entrenched in being sacrificial. We think it's a great thing to give up something for someone else, even at the cost of our own happiness. But what the West is teaching us is no, you come first. If you're not happy, you cannot fill the cup of happiness of someone else. If you cannot love yourself, you cannot love someone else. You cannot even know what love is till you have loved yourself. If you're not taking care of yourself, you are not going to be capable of looking after anybody else. So we are learning that from the West, and the Westerners are learning how to surrender, how to be in monogamy, how to cut out all the BS, and to stick to something. Uh, they're learning that from the East. It's not that the East is wrong or the West is wrong or the North is right and the South. No, we all have something to give to each other. The whole planet is merging and melding just as the twin flames are, and then it is trickling into the collective. So when twin flames learn self empowerment, after a few months you see the collective starts working towards it, right? So when the twin flames were healing their sacral chakra and releasing the sexual traumas that they have been carrying across lifetimes and in this lifetime, and taking their sexual power back, that's when in the collective it came, and the Me Too movement started. Right now, a lot of the twin flames are working with their throat chakra, which they think is about expressing their truth. It's not just expressing your truth, it's also about listening. It's also about knowing when to stay quiet, when to start using your intuition. Now, for example, when your twin flame is not communicating with you, it is actually guiding you to work on your telepathy, right? So it is working for your advantage, it is there for your advantage. To, when you don't have physical evidence of a lot of things happening, it's telling you to go inside and check here. You're in peace in your soul all the time when you are with your true twin flame. I'm not talking about the emotional turbulence which keep coming and going. Deeper than that, deeper. You have to become a deep diver. And once you've done that, you start realizing that my faith in this relationship is never shaken, whether this person shows up or not, whether we're in communication or not. The love, even though we might not have a solid foundation in the earthly realm, it's the most powerful thing, it's the most intense thing that I have ever experienced, and it's not going away no matter what I do. So I might as well stop resisting, stop fighting it. Let me ask, what are you here for? What are you trying to show me? How can we then work towards coming into a reunion which may or may not resemble the known shape, box, template of relationships as we know it? Take up things, which is where people get uncomfortable. You know, I want marriage, I want children. That's the old paradigm. Marriage of the soul, mind, and heart is more important than having marriage to get the society's sanction, to get the parental approval. That is the old template. That's the 3D behavior. Always looking for approval, acceptance, the 4 A's that we look for from others: acceptance, approval, acknowledgement, and applause. We are to move away. We have to give this to ourselves, such exactly as we have to give the love to ourselves. You can be the masculine, you can be the feminine. If you are not willing to work towards your happiness, if you're not asking yourself, where do I find peace? Where do I come into my best avatar, my best version? What is it that when I do, I find inner joy, and not just, oh, upmanship, and others will look up to me and others will applaud me, and if I have that brand of a bag, or I'm wearing those brands of clothes, you will really stop caring. You will really stop caring what others are judging you, because you will stop judging yourself, you'll stop judging your twin, you'll stop judging everybody around you, because you know everyone is on the journey, is just at different times. Like when you're at the platform waiting for a train to come, there are a lot of people who are waiting there, but they're not necessarily getting on the same train as you or the same destination. They might be getting on a different train at a different time, going to a different destination. Some of you might be going to the airport and not the railway station. Some of you might be on the bus. So the speed is different. Don't ever compare your journey. Even if you are watching, and all of us in the beginning stages watch readers, go for readings and things like that, they are just there to help you, to guide you, to help you go in deeper. Nobody is going to be able to tell you when the union is going to come. You will know it. You will know it because you'll have inner peace. You will be in complete harmony inside you. You will not be sitting and crying if the thought comes that, what if in this lifetime we are not going to reunite? You'll be fine with that. That's when you know you have faced your worst fear, right? So right now, whatever is happening, and the masculines are really going through a lot of tower moments, because they are so rigid in their minds so much that they have not been able to open their heart. The biggest fear is being in their heart. It makes them feel vulnerable. It makes them, they are afraid of maybe losing even their own identity, because everything they associate their identity with is in the 3D labels. I'm so and so's husband, or I am a MD of this, or my monetary status is this. Everything is something that they associate with in the 3D world, and they are scared that this love has come. It's like a little puppy, your twin flame, the divine feminine, entered like a little puppy, and all the domino, the 1,000, 10,000 pieces you had neatly lined up and worked all your life, this puppy has come, and just when you were happy and just when you were okay with your life, your twin flame barged in and toppled down your domino or your jigsaw puzzle, which you had taken so much time to build up. And it's so endearing. You're not even mad at your twin flame, but you're like, whoa, it's destroying everything. It's not. It's not your twin flame. The other example I can give is, supposing you're living in a studio apartment, right? And you have kind of a few damaged stuff which you have kind of fixed. And your twin flame comes into the room and the faucet goes up, okay, the bed, the leg falls off, the thing that you had taped up, and it starts hanging down again, and you're like, oh my god, what the f, you know uh, and then you again go back to your old way of just bandaging. You put that plastic on the faucet again, and you put the maybe some kind of MC or so whatever to fix the leg of the bed, and you take a tape and you put the thing, light, electricity, whatever, the cord up again, and the next time this person turns up again, everything goes phew. Because they are, whenever your twin flame, be it your masculine or your feminine, they come and they are not doing it, they're exposing or bringing to the surface everything that you have just healed on the surface, where you have not done the actual inner work and actually mended it, fixed it properly. You've just put bandage on the top. So they come, and then you start to feel that, oh my god, whenever this person comes, my life goes for a toss, things start shaking up, and all kind of bad things start happening. The carpet is torn off on the patch on my floor, which was not in alignment or whatever, and worked so hard to keep these things inside my shadow aspects. I've kept worked so hard, and I adopted a pleasant demeanor or a sweetness, or I have been behaving in a certain way or acquiring certain things on the outside, so no one would know how much I have felt I don't belong, how much I have longed for a deep true love connection. If you have wished for your twin, trust you me, they have wished equally hard for you. That's why you have met. Your way of doing it might have been different, their way of doing it might have been different, but unless you both had wished for it and come into a certain amount of vibrational match, you would not have met. So when your twin comes and keeps exposing, or you do that to your twin, it is so that you then stop running and stop bandaging, and actually take one thing at a time and say, okay, I'm feeling so much anger. Where is it coming from? When else have I felt like this? And when I'm feeling angry, what exactly am I truly feeling? Am I feeling helpless? Am I feeling I don't have control? Am I feeling I do not know the outcome, and that is making me very uncomfortable, and hence I'm showing anger? All right. So anything, any emotion, any incident right now that is happening, be it you can be whatever gender, be it in whatever situation, and it can be no matter how long or short it has been since you are in separation or in some kind of altercation with your twin flame. The universe is conspiring to bring you both together, but you cannot come together till you are whole and complete in yourself. You do not become whole and complete so that your twin comes to you. You have to become whole and complete and healed so that you come into your divine self, so that you become the embodiment of true love for whoever is around you. You start looking at even the karmic partner with love. And I'll tell you why, simply because she's your best friend or he's your best friend. How? They are teaching your twin the lessons you would not have the patience to teach them, or you have already done it with somebody else, or it would have left a very bitter taste in your mouth if you were the one to go through those things with your twin flame. What you're supposed to do is pray whatever you want for yourself. Pray for that for your twin flames karmic, be it their mother, be it the sister, be it a wife, be it their work that is playing the karmic's part. Pray for that to blossom, to find their happiness, to find their true love, to find their empowerment, to find their balance. When you pray for that for them, it automatically comes back to you, but also you are best friends up there. You really don't want anything negative. You cannot base your divine sacred relationship on somebody else's pain. So pray for their happiness and allow the divine to come in. Initially, it might not look like your prayers are being answered. For example, if you have been asking for more money and you end up losing your job, the job that you had right now, and you're like, that's not an answer to my prayer. Yes, it is. Because that is going to propel you to maybe become an entrepreneur, maybe start finally following your life passion, or actually start looking for something that resonates and pays you better. The money is different from your work. People mix up when they're manifesting. I'm jumping from topic to topic because that's what is coming to me right now, and maybe that's what somebody needs to hear. When you're manifesting, when you say, I want a certain job, what you're actually asking for is better payment. So you're not clear. And you're giving mixed signals, you're giving crossed intentions. Okay? Which is why it is taking longer for you to manifest it. So when you keep talking about marriage with your twin flame, you're supposed to be focusing on the love to come into alignment. When you set that intention, other things will follow in correct time, in the correct order, right? So whatever is coming up, use it to find out. And the best way I can tell you is ask, what do I actually want to feel? Wherever you're trying to manifest, especially with your twin flame, what do I want to feel? And then set intention for that. New moon is around the corner, so this is an important message. Perhaps that's why the message is going out. You need to ask yourself honestly, what do I want to feel? And then get out of your own way. Stop trying to steal the steering wheel from God's hand. This is a bus you cannot drive. God is driving it, and you want to keep taking charge back by, should I call him? Should I text him? Should I do this? Should I do that? Right now, divine feminines, you have to wait. We have been waiting? Yes, we have. But right now, the twin flame, your twin flame is going through the dark night of the soul. If you remember your dark night of the soul, the first one, you felt you were dying. Emotionally dying, it is a death. And it happens at various levels. I'm not saying your ego dies. No, it is there for a reason. But the superficial ego, the 3D ego dies. You know, your old belief systems die. Your old ways of understanding things, your religious upbringing, your societal diktats, the dogmas you have been following blindly, they die. All your old baggage needs to be shed. You need to forgive and seek forgiveness from everyone who you have been in any form of significant relationship, be it with your siblings, be it with your parents, be it with an ex. In the East, when we say we have an ex, it does not necessarily mean we were in an actual relationship, but we had invested emotion there, or they had invested emotion in us. Okay? And that made it very, very powerful. Even if you were not in a physical, intimate relationship, as the Westerners would understand, of multiple dating, of multiple sexual partners, that might not be 100% true for all. I'm using the word Asians because the East, we had very rigid, uh, upbringing about virginity or about multiple relationships and things like that. But that does not mean we were not emotionally investing in people. Even crushes and infatuations, somewhere if you have got very deeply emotionally attached with them, you need to take your energy back. You need to forgive them and release them and wish them well. When you are able to do that, really powerfully praying for the sincere happiness of everyone, including those who have hurt you, broken your heart in the past, then you know you're free. That's when you know you have moved on. There's a lot of inner work. It takes a lot of willpower to get through it. There'll be times when you'll want to give up, but not really. That's the time you are just tired, and it's a good sign. It means you're nearly at the end of something or some phase, and you're willing to put the baggage down and let God take over. You have to be very in tune with your intuition, which is not the same as your emotions. You have to learn to distinguish what is your mental voice, your emotional voice, and the voice of your intuition. And the voice of your gut is a very different thing as well. Okay, so I do hope that this very brief, I can keep talking, I can talk for hours on this, but since we are already at half an hour and I don't want to confuse, um, okay, I'm getting a message. May I ask where you get? uh, well, I have always been, I'm sorry I didn't catch your name. I'm still learning how to read comments while talking. Uh, it is something I have always been. I don't like using all these labels because it sends a real weird psychic, clairvoyant. I have worked on myself. I have been okay. I'm a hypnotherapist. I have worked with past life. I'm an energy worker. I have been working with psychology. So each realm needs a different version to work through, and now I just what they call channeling. Uh, it just downloads. It just comes in, and you just have processed it. So when you are going through downloads, when you're going through upgrades, at that time you don't really know what's happening, but after a few days there's a sudden clarity on certain issues, and that's the download, and you've just accessed it. So meditation, aligning your chakras every day, drinking a lot of water, listening and acting on your intuition. If you're feeling guided to do something and it is an unbearable calling, for example, call her, call her, call her is a message that you're getting. Go meet so and so is a deep inside voice, not from mind, mind you, not from your mind wanting to take the charge back because you're not seeing a movement. It is just an undeniable voice inside of you that you need to do something. The more you practice listening, seeing the signs, seeing the synchronicities, the more the universe starts talking to you. And one of my missions is to assist, guide, teach, coach twin flames and ascension path, because ascension is what we are working towards. And people seem to think ascension is we are doing it for Mother Gaia. Mother Gaia has been there before us, will be there after us. The dinosaurs died and she was still there. We have been wiped out before and had to be restarted. The ascension, Mother Gaia is going through the ascension and raising her vibration and her frequencies. We need to do our work and ascend so that we are not annihilated. We are doing it for ourselves. Of course, we're assisting Gaia, and the more it's a give and take always, right? But Gaia's ascension is happening regardless of whether humans are on board or not. You know, so the focus on your ascension journey, focus on working on your inner healing, and open yourself. The more you open yourself, but don't forget to shield yourself, protect yourself, because there are a lot of fake energies also out there. There are fallen angels out there. They are, just because somebody has died does not make them an ascended master. They are still operating from where they were there on the earthly realm. So not every message you get from someone who's deceased might be the correct answer to yourself. So how do you check whether something is the correct message for you or not? If you're in resistance, you will find it hurt, or it made you feel a little defensive, or you felt so you got defensive, you wanted to justify your action. It's resonating with you, but also there's an expansion, there's a feeling of peace. Whenever a message is correct for you, there's a peace, not joy and ecstasy. There's a sense of peace. This sounds right. Okay, that's how you can be discerning about who's right, who is giving you the correct message, which is resonating with you for the right now moment. Okay, so thank you, Ravisha. Thank you so much, and I hope you will continue logging in and subscribe and like Okay, I'm leaving you all with a lot of love and light, and do share with your friends who you think will benefit. This is Nikita Bhargav.